And here we are in Cameron, Arizona, on the way to Grand Canyon National Park. Looking south toward the Flagstaff area, and here we can see two types of volcanic features. On the left is probably Sunset Crater, which is a large cinder cone made of loose bits of lava that accumulated like an anthill. And to the right there is the much higher San Francisco Peaks, which includes Mount Humphrey. And of course you can see some snow still on top of it even as late as June. A lot of people aren't aware that there are snow-capped peaks in Arizona. So anyways, two different kinds of volcanoes. Sunset Crater to the left, most likely, and to the right is Mount Humphrey and the San Francisco Peaks. Next stop, Grand Canyon. Hi, welcome back. So here we are at the Little Colorado Grand Canyon. This canyon that you see behind me, which is pretty deep. It's like a preview of the main Grand Canyon. But the Little Colorado, like the Virgin River, is a tributary of the major Colorado River. And so it basically goes down that way toward the main canyon. This white rock over here is Kaibab limestone, also the highest rock formation in the Grand Canyon itself. And this is actually like a Navajo tribal park, Navajo Nation tribal park here, again on the way to the main Grand Canyon. So with that, I'll see you at the main show of the Grand Canyon. I'll see you then. And here we are at Grand View Point, which is about halfway between Desert View and Grand Canyon Village. So it's about midway or so. So we're looking downstream, and you can see over here some of these certain slopes that are a little shadier, a little cooler, a little bit more moist. You will find Douglas firs growing even on the south rim. And of course there's also ponderosa pines growing on the rim. Unlike the north rim, which is very forested. So we're going to be, like I said, going to Hermit's Rest and taking about a 3-hour hike there a little bit later. So anyway, just to go show you what it looks like on the other side. That's from Grand Viewpoint from the other side.
We would have told you. They are farmers. They are dryland farming corn, beans, and squash. As a quick side note, that combination is absolutely brilliant. Because corn, beans, and squash is almost a complete protein. You need one amino acid called lysine to complete it. And the easy way to get that, mix a little fire ash into the food. In fact, if you look at the recipe for traditional Hopi Piki bread, it has a little fire ash mixed into the batter. It's complete protein, you survive on that. And that's what we would have told you 10 years ago. That is definitely how these folks are surviving. But as time has gone on, we've begun to question this a little bit. For instance, several years ago, they did a pollen study in the Grand Canyon. Looked at over 2,000 identifiable grains of pollen from archaeology sites. By the way, if you ever want a PBT's job, stare at pollen through a microscope all day long. 2,000 identifiable grains of pollen. Of that 2,000, 6 were corn. And that says that
Hi, welcome back. Here I am at the Oak Creek Crossing, or also sometimes called the Red Rock Crossing, with Cathedral Rock here in Sedona in the background. This is a very classic shot of Sedona. If you were to Google Sedona landscapes, this would probably come up here with Oak Creek in the foreground here, and Cathedral Rock. So we're going to be crossing the creek here and heading that way. If you're ever in the area and you're wondering how to get to this point, you'll want to look at Crescent Moon Picnic Site, okay, and put that into Google Maps. So we're going to be heading over there and taking some more pictures. I'll see you then. Farewell to Cathedral Rock and Oak Creek Crossing. I didn't do footage up there, but I took several still shots, which I'm going to include in the video if you haven't seen those already. Beautiful and iconic. Here's our last stop of the day. It's a sunset from the Arizona Snowbowl, and also Humphreys Peak. You can see over there. You can see that there's quite a bit of quaking aspen at this elevation. Mixture of ponderosa pine, aspen, and Douglas fir and limber pine. So you can see a beautiful sunset there. Look at that. Yeah, Yeah, I visited Grand Canyon, went hiking, and went to the Navajo Nation, and saw Monument Valley. Went to Sedona.
Where do you live at?
Well, I live in Pasadena.
Oh, you live in Pasadena?
Yeah, so I'm heading back there.
Would you do me a favor?
What's that?
When you're in Pasadena, begin to